So thank you very much, Ruth, and good afternoon, everyone. It's a real pleasure to be here in this event, and I think that we have a fantastic panel today. Let me introduce myself, first of all. I'm Joan Romero. I'm the Executive Director of ACCIÓ. ACCIÓ is the business development agency of the Catalan government, and we mainly focus on innovation and internationalization. And among these two big areas, we are responsible also for fostering the startup ecosystem and also for the foreign investment attraction. Nowadays, in Catalonia, we have about now 9,100 multinational companies, which is a big amount of multinational companies. And one thing that we have seen in the last years is that there's a lot of multinational companies looking for a place to develop open innovation, to have R&D centers, excellence centers. And we have seen that Barcelona is a very good place for that. We have seen that, I can say that maybe we are a hotspot on digital hubs in the south of Europe. This morning, the minister told you that we have nowadays 1,700 multinationals focused on technology. And some of them are focused mainly as a digital hubs here in Barcelona. And this is what it's all about, this session that we have today. And I might say, I'm very thrilled because the panel that we have today is like a dream team. So let me introduce a little bit the companies that we have here today, because I think that they are very worth having the time to be here today. First of all, let me introduce David Catrini. David Catrini is Global Digital Products Director of PepsiCo. In October 2021, PepsiCo announced establishment of the company's first digital hub in Europe, located in Barcelona, which will serve as a center of excellence for PepsiCo global digitalization priority programs. So thank you very much, David, to be here.
Pleasure to be here, thanks.
We have also Nicolas Cosqueric, CIO for Southern Europe of Danone. Last September, Danone Corporation announced the opening of a new tech hub in Barcelona, which employs over 30 tech and data analysis specialists, and is the company's first center in Spain. Thank you very much, Nicolas, to be here today.
Thank you.
And we have also Ms. Susana Pastor, Global IT Barcelona Hub Manager of Nestlé. Maybe it's the oldest one to be here in Barcelona. 6 years ago, the company established its global IT hub in Esplugues de Llobregat in Barcelona, which is the company's worldwide technological center, and where Nestlé is undergoing its entire digital transformation. Thank you very much, Susana, also for being here. And last but not least, we have Mr. Xavier Azemar, maybe the most recent published announcement that we have had. He is director of the Innovation Center of Cisco in Barcelona. Cisco opened a co-innovation center in Barcelona, which was added to its global network of co-innovation centers worldwide. Like all its centers across the world, Barcelona One serves as a local hive of innovation activity for open collaboration to co-develop digital solutions related to smart cities with customers and partners. So thank you very much, Xavier, and thank you all for being here. And I said, Barcelona is maybe a hot spot of digital hubs in Europe. So the first question that I will ask to you all is first, introduce a little bit your company, your role here in Catalonia, and some insights that why did you choose Barcelona to develop these activities. So first, David, please.
Sure. PepsiCo, I guess, I don't need to explain too much. We're an international food and beverage company. Many brands that people know, Pepsi, 7-Up, Cas locally. We also have a huge snacks business, so Doritos, Lay's, Matutano, Quaker, Avalle, so big food and beverage business. What we have here in Barcelona is our digital hub, our global center of excellence, and our digital hub across the world. So we have several digital hubs in various locations, but the main one is here in Barcelona. We just started a little bit over a year ago. We've got about 130 people in the hub today. Our target is to have around 400 by 2024. So we're planning to grow rapidly. What we do in the hub is drive our digital transformation. The whole point is we only work on the most key strategic projects across the entire global organization, and that's what we deliver out of the hub. So it's really exciting to be here. It's really exciting to be part of this transformation in PepsiCo. And yeah, the hub is growing, and we're really, really thrilled to get it started.
Thank you, David. Nicolas, what about Danone?
Well, Danone, I think, I'm not sure I need to present Danone, because I hope you all know the brands and you consume a lot of it. I guess, why Barcelona? On our side, there is an illusion, because Danone was born here in Barcelona, so that makes it, heartwarming. And then, Barcelona is one of the core locations within Europe where you have such an ecosystem. As you mentioned, almost 2,000 startups. It's just vibrant dynamics, so why Barcelona? Yeah, clearly the place to be. And it's also an international environment, right? So I think you were saying before the session, like 30% of the people working in the startups are non-locals in a way, or attracted by living in Barcelona, and that makes it fantastic for us.
Thank you. Susana, Nestlé.
Yeah, I think also everybody knows Nestlé, so the biggest food and beverage company in the world. We have more than 155 years of existence, more than 2,000 brands. You may know most of them, like Nespresso, Dolce Gusto, Maggi. And also, I would say, you were already sharing, no? But 6 years ago, Nestlé decided to build an innovation and technology center in Barcelona. I will explain why Barcelona. But from Barcelona, we have a global team who is developing, configuring, and deploying technical solutions to all the markets and all the brands of Nestlé. So we are super proud that today, 6 years after, it's going to be 7 in a couple of months. So we are the biggest tech hub in the city. And we have around 650 people focusing and developing, as I said, technical products. Quite diverse team and super international as well. So we have 50% of international talent and 52 nationalities. So I can give you more data, like 40% female. We are super proud of that number. Still need to improve, but getting there. I would say that, yeah, so we are super happy and our experience is super good. Why Barcelona? Because of the attractiveness of the city. So we are good to attract people. Also because the universities. So we are close to good international universities, and this for us is like a pool of talent for our team. But as well about the ecosystem. For me, it's key that our people, Nestlé people that is working in the tech hub, is connected to the different startups, and they get some inspiration. So we are providing innovation for Nestlé, helping in the digital transformation, and we need to be in a city where we are able to connect with the ecosystem.
Amazing figures, and I think that it's very important because nowadays we talk a lot about talent, and it's important to involve both parts. The gender equality is very important in this sense. Xavier, you've been in the newspapers lately. Tell us a little bit about Cisco.
I feel like a different guy here. Everything related to food and beverage. So we do not eat our products. We use them, but we don't eat them. So yes, I'm from Cisco, as he presented to me. Yeah. So Cisco, Cisco is a global IT company. 4 years ago, we decided to have an innovation center here in Barcelona. There are 10 innovation centers around the world, and one is located in Barcelona. That was good news from 4 years ago, and just 2 weeks ago, we decided again Barcelona, I'm going to say why also, to have the first design center of chips for the future in Internet in the European Union that Cisco is going to have. It's going to be located also in Barcelona. So very good news for all of us. And what we do here at the Innovation Center and into the new design center, of course, we are going to design the chips of the future for the future of Internet, low power consumption, high performance chips. So we can talk a lot about silicon and Silicon One. But we also can co-innovate. And in co-innovation, what we do is basically we think about the technologies of the future, where Cisco should be in 5 to 10 years. We incubate new ideas and new technologies. We work a lot with research centers and universities. In fact, we have a program to invest and to fund the research with universities, and we are doing it with Spanish universities and with Catalan universities. And finally, we co-innovate with customers. So we talk a lot with customers, we listen their challenges, and we work teams of with the ecosystem, startups, universities, the customer, Cisco, to create new solutions and new technologies. At the end, the goal is to do a proof of concept to fix those challenges of the customers, but always working with the ecosystem. This is why we say always co-innovation. So we want to work with startups and universities. And why Barcelona? So as I said, we decided twice, Barcelona, 4 years ago, and again Barcelona. And I think that they were, on the discussions that we were having, you have to think that Cisco is a global company. We are in 80 countries. And when there is an idea to invest outside US or to invest in Europe, it's quick, all Cisco's Europe want that investment. So we were internally competing with our colleagues. But there were 3 aspects that I think they were common into the 2 decisions. Not in order of priority, because I think that they all are very important, but maybe the first one I'm going to say is the support of the public sector. And here I'm talking about the Spanish government, the Catalan government, and the City Council of Barcelona. They really facilitated and they support us in convincing our management team in US that Barcelona is the right place. So fantastic support from public sector. Second one is, it has been said already, the ecosystem. We won't be there if there is no ecosystem. And Barcelona is really a tech hub of innovation labs, research labs for corporates, but also the community of startups. So we love to work with the startups to accelerate them and to work together. And the third element is the talent. Also, it has been mentioned here. We all know that there is a huge shortage of talent, IT talent in Europe. It happens the same in Barcelona, in Catalonia, in Spain. But we have very good universities, very good business schools. And if we do not find the talent in those universities, Barcelona is easy to attract people from abroad because of the lifestyle. So those are the 3 main topics for selecting Barcelona.
And now that you are here and you have the experience, what kind of opportunities, what kind of strange challenges have you found here in Catalonia? And what will be your recommendations to a company that is analyzing where to invest? David.
I would start with really being clear about what your goals are. Barcelona made a lot of sense for us as a company, as a digital hub, because of the type of work we want to do out of the digital hub. What we talked about is having the right ecosystem, but the right ecosystem isn't the same for everybody. Barcelona has universities that are reference for data analytics, data science, which is a big part of what we're trying to accomplish. So my recommendation would be to make sure that you know what your focus is and make sure that the ecosystem for what you're trying to achieve matches what exists in Barcelona. So for us, it was the right choice. I think it was the right choice for everybody, but that's the first place to start, I think.
Danone, what do you find? What are your recommendations about choosing a place to invest?
I guess the challenge, but we're all competing in a way, is on resources, but that's a good challenge, and it's positive for, I think, for everyone, because we don't all need the same, as you mentioned. And as you also said, I mean, the ecosystem, university is super powerful, and Xavier mentioned it. If you don't find the resources locally, because of the lifestyle, and it's very easy to attract people to Barcelona. So I think to us that was a natural fit. We haven't doubted much on Barcelona.
Susana, what about Nestlé?
I would say that we are super, we reconfirm that Barcelona is the place to be. So we've been able to attract a lot of talent. We are able to retain, which is one of the challenges now for all the companies. And I can proudly say that we have been facing people moving from our company after a while, for example, to PepsiCo. But I think this is not an issue, I would say. No, we are good exporters of talent, but I think with the time we have started also to see that people is coming back. So we already have few cases of people who, leave the company because they were looking for other type of projects. Now people is not like super attached to the company. It's more like if the project and the purpose makes sense for them. So we are happy because we increased their skills, their knowledge, while they were working with us. And we've seen, we already have 2 cases of people who went to have a different experience and came back. So I think it's good. So
Great.
It's good. But I think Barcelona needs to keep investing in making sure that this is the best place for the digital talent. We are ranking on the top 10, but probably we need to still be investing to make sure that, yes, we are the first ones.
And this is one of our job that we have to do from the government side. For us, it's very important to put Catalonia as a reference all over the world. And maybe the best way is having brands like you that everyone knows having activity here in Catalonia.
Let me add one thing only, because we already have different companies who were thinking to put the hub in Barcelona and pinging us saying, okay, how was your experience? Will you repeat? So we are already also sharing our learnings with other companies and telling them, yes, come, because I think it's going to be a good experience for you as well.
Thank you very much, because your word is better than us, because obviously we are trying to attract foreign investment, but your experience is always a reference. And in Cisco, you have chosen twice of Barcelona, so you have tested the city, you have tested the ecosystem. What kind of recommendation would you give to?
Yeah. I'm going to reinforce the message of the ecosystem, because even on the second decision, when we were looking for the location of a design center for chips for silicon, I mean, we were thinking, wow, that's going to be tough to find ecosystem in Barcelona or in Catalonia or in Spain about those technologies really on photonics or silicon or even quantum, no? And what was the surprise? That there is a lot. So really, really look at where you are searching, and I can tell you that you will find it in Barcelona. And maybe another of my experience, I've been 21 years in Cisco now, and always having European roles in EMEA and Europe, but always based in Barcelona. Another aspect that I'd like to highlight is that in Barcelona, there is always something happening on IT. I mean, there are a lot of industry events every month or every 2 months, call it a smart city, IoT, mobile, ICE, whatever. So that brings a lot of people to Barcelona. So we don't have to fly to see customers because they come. And even if you are thinking on targeting, for example, LATAM, my experience is that a lot of customers from LATAM, they always come to those events, maybe because of the common language, but being in Barcelona and thinking on doing something in LATAM also I think is a very good place to be.
Actually, next year we will have a new edition of the Mobile World Congress. At the very same month, we will have an edition of the Integrated Systems Europe. 2 big events that will, I suppose, have that about 100,000 attendees, each one of them. Yeah. So they are a big reference for us. Let's talk a little bit about technology, because you are doing innovation processes, and we have a lot of startups here. Maybe they are interested knowing which are, let's say, your focus now, talking about technology. Let's explain a little bit what are you doing?
Sure.
PepsiCo?
PepsiCo, me personally, I'm the product manager for integrated business planning, so that has a lot of focus on data science, data engineering, product management, service design. But if we're talking about other technologies across PepsiCo overall, we're quite interested in automation right now, and as well green technologies. So water security, less use of plastics, these are the areas that we're looking for in technologies overall in PepsiCo.
Great. I'm sure that there will be a lot of startups interested in this kind of technologies. And Danone?
Look, Danone here, so we're talking about technology. It's really a lot about artificial intelligence and data, which is at the core of everything we want to leverage here, but not for the sake of technology. You know, it's getting to know way better our consumers, being more efficient at operations. I mean, if you look at all the P&L, if I can talk like this, at all the lines, we can add value through data and artificial intelligence. This is what we are looking for here.
Great, interesting. What about Nestlé?
So in Nestlé, I mean, as I said at the beginning, so we deliver technical products to all the areas of the company. So we touch a lot of technologies. But I would say that now we have a strong focus on all that is like PepsiCo, similar to PepsiCo, data and analytics and cybersecurity. Those are the areas where we are now investing more and looking for more profiles in that area. So those are the two areas to focus.
And Cisco, obviously.
Technology, it's our core business, no? So on the design of chips, it's really about silicon, it's about quantum, it's about photonics. And at the Innovation Center that we have been already running at least for 4 years. So we're really focusing on sustainability, everything that technology can bring to the sustainability for the customers or even for the planet, cybersecurity for enterprises, for cities, post-quantum cryptography is a hot topic now. Future of work is something that we're really focusing, and when we say future of work, we talk about holograms, metaverse, XR, VR technologies, everything related to cloud, full stack observability, those kind of technologies is where we are focusing now.
I think it's interesting that in your case, it's obviously that you have to work with technology. But when we talk about food, beverage, it doesn't seem so obvious that it's so important to develop an innovation strategy. Maybe you three can develop a little bit what it means to work on the innovation area for your companies.
Well, this actually covers a topic that I should have mentioned earlier, why Barcelona made a lot of sense for us. If we talk about innovation at PepsiCo, the important thing is making it work for the business. And one of the reasons we chose Barcelona, not just for all the great reasons we talked about in terms of the ecosystem, but we have a business here that is strong, that covers the categories and channels that we have that represent really a microcosm of what we have globally. So for us, when we talk innovation, it's how does it work for the business? We bring in people with skills that aren't native to PepsiCo, but these people don't necessarily know how food and beverages work. That's not where they start. So you bring in people from startups, from universities, from PhD programs, you sit them next to a person that knows how to run a food and beverages business, and that's how you create innovation. And it's working with someone from outside that's got fresh eyes, with someone that does something day to day but actually knows how the business runs. And this is where we work, and this is how we generate innovation. And it's also part of the reason why we chose Barcelona, because of the strong local business.
Nicolas?
So on our side, I mean, fully agree with what David said. I would add what the inspiration is the purpose. So why do we do this, right? And I think there are so many challenges today, if you look at how fast the world evolves. So what is the future of food tomorrow? Sustainability. I mean, how will we be able to drive in the cities tomorrow or to deliver our customers? I mean, there are so many things, but I think we try to frame that within a purpose. So what is the purpose? And I think that's emotional for everyone, and you see that as really add value. Right? So this is how we try to frame it.
Susana?
Yeah, I would say that for us, technology is at the center of everything that we do. And our consumers are influenced by technology. So they look in, I don't know, in internet, everything before they buy a product or whatever. So we need to be like super innovative for our consumers as well. So super key for us to focus on innovation and to be like in artificial intelligence, also now in emerging technologies. So yeah, this is key for us.
Yeah. Xavier, in your case, we have seen that talking about microchips, chips, and so on has been in the newspapers for so long because shortages and so on. And we see that we need chips mainly in every sector. So what do you think about the future of microchips?
Yeah. Well, in fact, what you said, you had a question to them why they use technology, how they use it. And for us, it was obvious. For us, it's obvious that we use the technology for the customers. I mean, we do not invent things just because it's cool to do that kind of things. And the chips is one example. No? I was asked a few days ago, wow, you're going to deliver the high-performance chips here in Barcelona, designed in Barcelona. For the people, what does it mean? What are those chips? Rather than that they are high-performance, maybe what else? No? And just to give you an example, those chips that we are developing here, they are called Silicon One, and we are really focusing on low power consumption. So today, one of the chips that it's called Silicon One, and we are developing here, it consumes 96% less than the previous ones. And those are chips that go to the high-end routers and switches. So that means 96% lowest consumption of power. So that resonates to the people. So when we do things like those, it's because there is a purpose. And when we talk about post-quantum cryptography, so why we are working on that? Because there is an enormous threat today, no, about post-quantum computing and what's going to happen with the standard cryptography that we are using now. And the customers are calling us, hey, guys, you have to fix that. You own the 80% of the traffic of internet goes through Cisco devices. You have to fix it. It could be easy to fix replacing everything. Of course, we cannot replace 80% of the devices, but we are working on those challenges that are challenges from customers. So this is why we always say we co-innovate. We don't want to do it alone. We should do it with the customers, and even better, with the ecosystem, like you guys that you are here.
I think that we are running out of time, and maybe one last question, and maybe you can give a recommendation to inspire the audience, or some recommendation to the government ourselves. So one last intervention, please, David.
One last comment. I mean, I'm living proof that this is the place to be. I came across the ocean to live here and to build a career and build a life in Barcelona. I think it's a great place to attract talent. I think we're in the right place, a fantastic ecosystem, everything that we talked about in terms of startups, universities, other large companies. This is the place to be. For me, it's just inspirational to be here, and I think we're in the right place.
Thank you, David. Nicolas?
Yeah, maybe one thing I would just say, open minds, from everyone. You can think, yeah, big corporations, it's not very easy to work with them, or the other way around. From someone for a corporation to work with startups, you can have cultural challenges, but I think if everyone is open-minded, that works so well.
Thank you very much. Susana?
One of the challenges that we are facing is when we bring people out of the European Union, so the process is super slow. So probably here there is an improvement. Like in the cases that we bring people from outside the European Union, it's about 6 months, 9 months, and this could be a showstopper, and this could be a pity, that we are losing this type of talent, and we are looking for diverse teams. So
it's a difficult
for me,
process, but count on us to help on that.
This is one area to improve.
Thank you. Xavier?
I like you said about open mind. No? When someone in my team says, that's not possible, I will say, the only thing that's not possible is to increase the speed of the light. All the other barriers can be broken. So it should be possible. And as we said in Cisco, we are the bridge to the possible. No? So be the bridge to possible.
So thank you very much to all of you. I think we have had a fantastic panel, and I can reaffirm myself saying that Catalonia is the hottest place to have a digital hub nowadays. Thank you very much.